My name is Stephen Raspa, and I'm on the Regionals Committee for Burning Man. I've been coming to Burning Man this is my 17th year. I volunteered after the first year and volunteered for many years, and now my role as part of the Regional Committee is supporting official regional events and gatherings around the world. Our first regional really grew out of a desire to support Burning Man in a time of crisis when the Austin, Texas community threw a fundraiser for Burning Man. It was a year in which we didn't know if we were going to survive and we would have the funds to come back, and it was their generosity that then brought them together as a community, and burners there met one another and clicked. And it was never directed. It was something that grew out of people's passion for the experience here and their desire to bring it into their everyday lives. The lesson for me was not to keep it out here in the middle of nowhere, but to bring it into everyday life. And in that capacity, suddenly people around the world were saying, hey, how do you do this? And can we do a gathering? And how can we meet other burners?
I'm Megan Ritigliano, also known as Megs, here on the playa. And I'm the Regional Network Manager. I work at the Burning Man office and help to foster programs and to be a point of contact between the Burning Man organization and regional groups worldwide. Last year we had 23 CORE projects. This year we've grown the program and the project to include 34 effigies from around the world. This project really shows that the groups can take what is an offering and what is a fairly small grant and really create an energy and momentum around it. And to also put themselves on a stage within their local communities to decide that they're going to bring art as a community in their community's name to Black Rock City.
When you call something a regional burn or a decompression, or you invoke the name of a burner community, it really should mean something and stand for the principles and ethos that we all share. There's a poetry to them if you read them. They require thought. Many of them counterbalance one another, and there's a richness that requires people to use their judgment as powerful and responsible people in the world. You can recognize the essential character of something and know that this too is Burning Man, but there can be differences because of the environment or local traditions. It's a matter of appreciating the differences, but also seeing that, wow, this can live anywhere in the world and does.
My name is Hailey Synclair. The name of the project is the Idaho CORE Opalescence project, and it represents the kind of collaboration of the theme this year, which is the Fertility 2.0, and so it looks like an egg, which is sort of modeled after a big Fabergé egg, and also the gemstone opal, which is Idaho's gemstone. We started the project in March, and Evelyn came up with really the artistic design, and we fine-tuned it from there and gave it to a friend of ours that's an architect that looked at it and said, I don't know what the hell you're thinking, but you can't cut that. Like, there's no way. We have some really talented people that put in a lot of effort to get hand saws together to jig them and make it so those cuts were possible. Had there not been the community and the strength of the community that we have, not only in getting this built, delivered, artistically designed and lit, but also chipping in funds, holding fundraisers, showing up not knowing how to turn a wrench, but just saying, look, I'm here, tell me what to do, and spreading the word so that we could get our fundraising done. It really is necessary to have each one of those pieces in place, or this would not be here.
It was an ambitious project for our first big art build on the playa, for sure. There was a time when we were building and we were afraid we were too far beyond schedule, and then we had Justin, who was doing lots of trigonometry to make all these angles work. He jumped in and he said, well, let's see what we can bust out in a weekend to see how long this is going to take us. And then everyone kind of jumped in and rallied for the weekend, and we got a bunch of cuts done. We all said, oh, okay, we can really, all right, we can do this. We have enough time to get all of our cuts done, get it assembled before we make it down here, things like that.
You have to really be sort of a cheerleader for your team. And a lot of it has to do with keeping things positive, but not only putting that front, but believing it yourself. So I knew that if I didn't believe it myself, there's no way I'd be able to admit that to other people. So that's why I said yes, because I believed in the project, I believed in the people, and I knew enough of our community that we can find people to help us out and experts, and it didn't matter what we were going to build. It was only going to matter if we had a group of people who knew that we can build it and who liked the environment. My mission was to really protect the environment of the building of the egg, and that meant people, that meant construction, that meant understanding, speaking their language. So that was sort of what I believed my role is in this.
Well, my name is Mark Drinka, and I'm from Boise, Idaho at the moment. I work for actually Micron Technology, which is a big semiconductor plant. So I'm an electrical engineer by trade. What's the name of our project again?
Opalescence.
Opalescence, that's right, Opalescence. I want to say effervescence, but it's over.
I heard space potato.
Yeah, people call it space potato. You can call it eggatron at night. You can call it an egg, you can call it a potato. We're really hoping that people just come in and pick a name. This is my first Burning Man experience. So I joined the Idaho CORE to help them build this project, and my position was to do the lights and the effects. In an industry where I come from, you're so focused and you have to follow the mold and you have to fit. Here you can just go as wild, as crazy as you want, which is kind of what I think I did or try to do for this project. The egg itself has sort of a S-shaped curve to it. If you look at the curves, it kind of curves up, and so not every piece is the same. So I wanted to follow the lights on that curve. We want to make it so it spins, or it glows, or it can bounce back and forth. But the idea is that it's clockwise or counterclockwise, and it never ends. There's no beginning or end to this. So I was trying to make it just flow.
We all worked really hard and put in a lot of hours on it, so you definitely do develop a bond, because we've been working pretty solidly since, May on this now, and now we're in August, and we also, one thing that happened to us this spring, we had a hard spring. We lost 3 people in our community this spring, and that was kind of one thing that brought us together too, because it kind of brought we're dedicating this project in a lot of ways to them, because they couldn't be here this year, and because this was a community project, we know they would have been here to help us too. And so we built 3 gems that we're going to hang from the top that are in their honor.
The act of creation, when it truly comes from yourself, is an act of joy that supersedes a lot of other things and really sets you on a level where you can kind of take on a lot more of the world around you, because it doesn't really matter that you don't have control over things in your own life. If you're creating something, you have ultimate control over that creation.
You have to be here to experience it, and no one else can unless you're actually here to do it.
This place, on a very ridiculous level of creativity and fun, the fundamental generosity that goes with this place transfers really well into getting through a lot of other problems in people's lives and just problems in the world.
I love the Circle of Regional Effigies. For me, it's a perfect metaphor for a broad-based community that is coming together, a circle around the original effigy, the children, if you will, the offshoots, but they're equally important, not lesser.
There's no other place on earth where you can take the type of technology, innovation, ingenuity, and artistry and bring it together in this type of a space and feel like you've been injected into an adult wonderland, like what it would be like if we truly created in our lives instead of consumed. And it's something of beauty that you can give to other people, and I think this really is one of the representations among hundreds here that really show that.
For me, it's a physical manifestation of the dialogue that we are having with the default world and the world of the community as we know it here in Black Rock City. So it's really a fitting endeavor and metaphor for community, and the thing I love about it is that people working together off Playa, bringing it here, and I know the next step is they go back and they know how to work together off Playa to create large-scale art in their cities. So in some way this year, the theme of Fertility 2.0 is especially important in light of the Circle of Regional Effigies, because to me that's a very, very concrete manifestation of what the proliferation of our culture and community has become.